Ah, 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 ah. Check, check, check. Oh, audio is not on. Okay. Let me just make sure that everything that we have been working for up until now is working as back. Okay. Just making sure that I have everything up to where I want it to be for now. I'm gonna go with the assumption that it looks like everything is working out all right. So, with that, welcoming everybody. I apologize for not really announcing that I will be streaming today and as late as I currently am. I had some things that I wanted to take care of, and because I had already missed on streaming yesterday's Ace Attorney Investigations, I wanted to make sure that I did not miss it. I wanted to make sure that we were all aware and still within the know-how of what's been going on and why it is that I came to go about doing it this way. I do apologize for not making this a bit more apparent on my socials, but yesterday, after I had made the post postponing it, due to the other factors that I had going on outside, namely car problems and things that I still need to get set up and fixed, I think within this next coming weekend, but hopefully shouldn't be as big of a problem, I would assume. I had other things I needed to go ahead and do. Actually, no, that's a lie. That was today. Yesterday, why I didn't end up streaming it was because I got invited to celebrate Mother's Day, and I wasn't really in a position to refuse, I feel like, and so I went ahead and went forward with that. I didn't make a post about that, and so I do apologize for that. I wanted to make up for it by streaming it again today, but I got caught up in some other things again while here, IRL. Namely work-related stuff and seeing how I'm going to go about things progressing with this this next week that is starting. So that took up a little bit of time, and then I did my dailies for some of my other games, and so that took up a lot more time as well. Honestly, I could have done the reverse where I streamed first and then did my dailies after, but I wasn't sure if I was going to have the appropriate time to do so, and so that's an L on me, but I didn't want to miss out on stream as well anyways, so that's why I'm here today at this hour doing what it is that I'm doing. And so I do apologize for having to go about it this way in such a roundabout way. Not even the smartest way I think I could have gone about going through with it, but alas, this is where we are, and this is what I've chosen for myself, and so I will move forward with it, and I will face whatever consequences may come my way as such. Now, that being said, as I think I have yapped just enough to be able to go ahead and continue with what it is that I want to go ahead and do today, and that is be able to go ahead and stream the ending, or rather the part that we're currently at with the final chapter, story, case in Investigations. We are just starting it. I had demoed it last time that I played it last week, and I have an idea as to what it is that we are looking to go ahead and do, but I'm also left with a lot more questions than I was with any sort of revelations. So, we will begin today with, I guess, our first actual introduction to the final case of Ace Attorney Investigations. And so I believe I have rambled enough, and I do not wish to take up any more time that isn't necessarily dedicated to the stream itself. So I will go ahead and we will continue on and see what this final case has in store. Starting off, it was very confusing the last time that I saw this. Shit, hold on. I gotta get in position. One black raven and one white raven. A country torn in two, one to the west and one to the east. Goodness gracious. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. I don't understand what any of this means. I could make I could infer things, but I genuinely don't know. It's the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu is here! I don't know what so much of this infers. What it could possibly mean. Or what it is that we're going to find out in this final trial. You, accursed Yatagarasu. K, you. What is about to happen? In 8 hours, there is a terrible event that is about to happen that involves Kay, Edgeworth, and a bunch of other people. So I'm going to go ahead and face and see what this all has in store for me. I am very curious. So nice. Almost dreamlike to finally have a chance to relax and sip some tea. especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewater Land theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office, along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from... The Spuds! Welcome in. How are you doing? If you're... Oh, fuck. Damn it, you're gonna just be spamming this until I... Well, I'm gonna be reading for the most part. I'm not gonna be actively... I will be throwing my dialogue or my own thoughts in between the game itself, but... I don't think you'll be able to catch me as I was playing the last time that we had going about this. But how are you? How you doing? Just got back home from work. Damn, wait, it's late as hell. Or, well, I guess not late as hell, but it's getting there. I probably, well, I'm gonna be here for just a little bit, but, what are you up to? You just planning on showering, working out, or going to bed? Gaming a little bit? What's on your mind? What are you looking to do? Along with it, okay, I read that. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. And... Oh, wait, it's Kay! Oh, I thought it was... I thought, Gumshoe was about to be running in. What working 6 days a week does to a man? I can only imagine. I'm about to join you, potentially, on that endeavor as well. I've got the days that I'm going to be working at the office, along with my second job, which will probably pick up some more days as well. So I might be joining you relatively soon, as to how much that endeavor will be holding against me as well. But I hope that you get the rest that you deserve, and that you get... Well, you'll stay hydrated. I don't need to fucking warn you about that. You drink more water than me, I feel like. But I guess eat. Make sure that you're staying... You're taking care of yourself. You've worked already. You've done your work. Get your rest. Be well fed. Stay hydrated. Those are what I preach, even if I don't follow it all the time. This is big, I tell you. Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about, fragile dreams? Come on, let's go. The fake Yatagarasu isn't going to just find herself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're looking for this criminal. However, I must warn... I'd like to assume that we're very sure with how the story is progressing, so if not, that leads to more questions, I think. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few... I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep-talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is? Oh, what's in her little baggie? Take a look at this! On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date on the card mentions it's today. Today, huh? Come on, we've gotta hurry! The embassy awaits! I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so what is that word? Lackadaisical? Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get wound up too. Because this might just be our chance to catch this woman.
Are you sure?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know what the hell happened to you. Oh yeah. I don't know what happened to her. I hope... fuck, dude. I feel so betrayed. I liked her character in the last story. I thought she was cool, and then she ended up being a bad guy. I hope so. I don't know. I don't know what I should expect. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father burned Faraday 7 years ago. Yeesh! Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. Ah, she makes me so mad, that phony. Everyone knows the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card, until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. And that's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article, it looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that that woman's involved, then nothing is. Oh? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Out the door you go. Wait, there's a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. Exactly. What's up? Any reason why you're boring as a hole? Wait, you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? No reason at all. Very well. Seeing as how Miss Yu is also someone of a special nature to me, I agree that there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around. So which embassy? Theatrum Neutralis? By the light of this night's glorious moon. Oh my god! Ready to embark on our nightly outing. The Steel Samurai? Why are they here? And this is where our tale begins. Whoa! Pink Princess. Sure? What the? There isn't much to be sure about here. What is happening? Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess? In the same building? What? I was not ready for that at all. With the context of what's supposed to be happening in this later on, and in at least 8 hours. Interesting. Huh, what a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai, Sushi Slash. I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have 2 countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special, and that is a neutral zone shared by 2 countries. So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the 2 countries? The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast? Alabast? I'll go with Alabast. Alabast? Alabast, right? Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. Oh, that's the other. Yeah, I remember. Babel? The Republic of Babel is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for that's something for fangirls like me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show is going to kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. You know, ever since I met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. So anyway, about today's event, what's it called again? The Kingdom of Alabast? Alabast? The Kingdom of Alabast versus the Republic of Babel Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babel. These 2 countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Cadopia. Cadopia? Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in 2, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Cadopia, huh? Shady shit. The KG-8 incident, and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Cadopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into 2. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something. Oh, excuse me. What were we talking about again? If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alibos versus Babel Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have been pretty bad. Two countries had a pretty bad relationship with each other. Well, supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event. If that was the case, then why the verses? Also, both countries claim to own the real Primiduck statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal. Okay, I need to remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires. Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that. She had better be saying that in jest. Hey, can you read body language, you know? And you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you. Heh, I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. Oh, okay, we're on it. Anybody here that I recognize, potentially? There is somebody here that I recognize. Okay, hold on, we'll go from left to right. Is there something I can help you with? I was wondering what is beyond these doors. It's the Albastian embassy. Now, unless you have some business with the embassy. I suppose I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now. Well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Mr. Guard. Who's this guy?
10 more minutes. No, in 5 more minutes. But isn't it really bad for me to spend some time doing this? It's no use. Would someone please just tell me what I should do?
You appear to be troubled by something. May I be of any assistance?
Leave me alone. I'm trying to figure out the right time to talk to the girl over there. And if I mess up, it'll be because I'm talking to you right now. Somehow I get the feeling that he's about...
somehow I get the feeling he's about to fall flat on his face. Well, let's just do as he wishes and leave him alone. You know, I've seen a lot of these shows in a bunch of other places, but today's show is like where they went for the complete comedy, you know what I mean? Yeah, in the last movie, The Steel Samurai Sushi Slash, I couldn't help but laugh. I know, right? And the Pink Princess's movements were really stiff. In the middle of the show, I could swear that I heard her hip crack. Oh, I know, I totally thought that too. The Pink Princess has a bad hip? Seriously? Just what were they thinking, you know? I suppose there's no graceful way to enter this conversation. What do we... There are pamphlets about 2 embassies here on this table. It still looks weird to me. The country split into 2 a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since. Oh, I guess it's because they don't have the money to build 2 separate ones, huh? I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll help myself to one of these. Aha, okay. Oh, what the fuck? I wanted to... What is all this hubbub? Ah! Hey, look! It's the Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, How much has the story progressed since... What? The Iron Infant with him? Let's try talking to some other people first. The national flag of the Kingdom of Alabast is on display here. The crest on its features... I love the Steel Samurai song, dude. What a great song. It's so iconic in Ace Attorney now, dude. I can't help it. The crest on it features a flower. Flowers and butterflies are kind of rare motifs for flags, don't you think? Well, when they used to be Cadopia, the government used to take pride in its land. The citizens also loved the rich, bountiful nature all around them, thus the design. Hey, if the Steel Samurai's got popular enough, do you think they'd put him on their flag? Are you in your right mind, Kay? Maybe the Gem and Ninja would be a better candidate. Ha, don't make me laugh. Only the Steel Samurai says it. Whoa, Edgeworth! I didn't know you were such a fanboy, what? Don't make me laugh. Only the Steel Samurai deserves such an honor. Who is this guy, though? This is the perfect angle. Go, my image. Travel across the wave world and into every TV set around the globe. A more honest approach to a Paragon TV might serve your ambitions better. And we're here reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what this member of the audience has to say. Well, okay, that was good. Let's do one more run through. Excuse me, but when are you ready to film for real? Would you mind giving me a call? I sense that she didn't hear a word I just said. It appears that this child is watching a video from the first season of The Steel Samurai. Go, go, keep on fighting until your last breath. Go, my hero, the Steel Samurai. completely absorbed in singing the theme song, I see. I'll let this child watch in peace. Ooh, can I watch it? There's a flat panel on a tape deck and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table. I suppose it's so visitors can watch an episode or two at their leisure. I guess it really is just that popular, huh? Yes, although I never thought I would see it reach this level of popularity. I wonder why they decided to call it On the Steel Samurai for an event like this. I mean, it's like they intended to cut the two countries apart with the Steel Samurai sword instead. Wouldn't that go against the whole point of this event? Okay. Global Studios. These flowers were sent by Global Studios. Global Studios? That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai's television show. They've been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio's being remodeled. Oh, I read about that in the papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too. Right, oh, that's Kay. What's its name? You mean Mrs. Monkey? Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory. Ha! Never underestimate my power of recollection. And then this is the other one. Oh, hello?
Is there something I can help you with?
I was wondering what is beyond these doors.
The Babalese? The Babalese embassy is just beyond these doors, sir. Do you have some business with the embassy? Do you require immediate access?
Ah, no, that's quite all right.
Are you sure, sir? Anyone and everyone is always welcome to the Republic of Babel.
Well then, since we're here...
An embassy isn't some sort of theme park, hey?
Shh, you're such a buzzkill.
The national flag of the Republic of Babel is on display here.
The crest on it features a butterfly. It's really rare to see the national flag bearing an animal on it.
Not really. I can list a few off for you. That do.
Okay then. Are there any flags with any real chick things on them?
Chick things? That's pretty vague, eh? Although, by my definition, there aren't really any flags that feature a chick object.
Oh, that's too bad, because if there was, I was thinking about stealing it.
And what exactly would you do with a stolen national flag, Kay?
Okay, that's good. Alright, now give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop! Hey, do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy. Okay, once more. 3, 2, 1, action!
Okay, was that my fault just now?
Well, he's obviously working. I guess we should leave him alone.
Okay, was that my fault? Am I at fault for walking in front of the camera?
Alright, what are you doing here? Where in tarnation are they? Come on, big scoot! Hey, mister, out of the way! Yeah, I'm talking to you!
Ugh. I seem to remember this woman from somewhere, yet my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone.
Oh, Lotta, it's so nice to be able to see you. From the opposite end, though, I don't imagine that she has very nice things to say about me. The Iron Infant. Can I talk to the Steel Samurai?
May I speak with you for a second?
Am I gonna talk to the samurai?
It's the Steel Samurai.
Is he gonna speak? Can the costume speak? Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for?
Ahem. Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before.
What the hell does that say? To Mr. Edgeworth, Steel Samurai Daddy. Wait. What? I cannot read what that said. Married man of Neo Tokyo? Is that what it says? It looks like a W, but I don't know if it's an M or not. It looks like he's written something down for you.
To Edgeworth, from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Tokyo.
Ah, okay, so I can read the chicken scratch. Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? The samurai knows who I am, though? I didn't know that Edgeworth was famous enough for even, like, pop stars to know who he was. Oh my god, it's evidence, too. Oh.
Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you.
Oh, what the hell does steel... Wait, is that the samurai spear broken? We'll proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alba. Fuck, I could read that. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for two countries. Is only here for two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador for our own country as well. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world.
He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera.
In just a few seconds, the Gem and Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babel. He is set to meet with the ambassador of Babel at that time. The Jammin' Ninja show is about to start. We've got to get back to our seats. Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas. Well, this show has changed your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you.
Ugh, I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay?
We just walk in front of the camera again. So is the Jammin' Ninja gonna get his own? Oh, he didn't even get his own theme, let alone a separate. Okay. I could listen to that A Ninja Marked by Death's Lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And this heart-wrenching voice. That's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon. Those pieces of Jammin' Ninja's merchandise over there. I have got to have them. Especially want the hair sticks that they're selling exclusively at the shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine Princess Misola? Princess Misola wears in her hair. Who is that?
Anyway,
hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth.
yes?
You're thinking of going home, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank.
No way, I just know the Yatagarasu will show.
But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards.
Yeah, I did, but...
I figured that from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase.
But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card.
A genuine fake?
How can I put this in, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now?
We've got a problem!
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The Yatagarasu has been spotted in Alabast. What?
You heard that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony. Oh my god, is she... Hey, what gives?
I'm sorry, but we will need to search you before you may enter.
What the... Hey, the Steel Samurai just waltzed right straight through the door without one. Now, if you don't hurry and let me through, my phony is gonna escape.
Damn, she's on it. Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country...
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Babel... What? I'm going to enter through Babel and climb over the wall into Alabast?
Hold it!
Yo! How you would tell a prosecutor straight out of the... You intend to illegally enter another... Kate, are you listening to me?
She's gone like that? Kay Faraday, and I'm coming through.
Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her, anyone!
Damn, she's on it. What the hell, dude? Like, no care for the safety or anything at all.
Okay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this thing. Ack!
Fire! This one's too big for us to handle! Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Babel too!
You accursed Yatagarasu. Kay, you had better be alright, wherever you are.
So both... Wait, what? Oh no, they're gonna arrest Kay, aren't they? Oh my god. Well, Sheena's here. And, I forget the name of the other guy, but, ooh, this scene does not look quite good at all. I told you it wasn't me!
Hold it!
Okay, what's going on in here?
Kay, are you alright?
Do I look alright to you? Now can you do something about this woman?
Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this. Oh. He's...
It wasn't me. He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage.
A suspicious person?
A long black coat and a hood over their head? I dare you tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased them into the embassy and then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is correct. I need to remember what Lang's voice was, damn it. And if you're making an arrest, I assume that you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer. Oh, the shades come off. I don't need to answer. Ooh, you are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority. Hey, pal, just what the heck do you... Wait, what the heck... just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happens here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction, the end. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, Detective Gumshoe, embassies are a different matter. Huh? This office is considered to be part of the Republic of Babel, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of Babelese government and Babelese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there? Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir. Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth? Wait, who is this? This isn't Lang, is it? In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Oh! Wait, what the? Miss Von Carp? Francisca? Who is this guy, though? Ambassador Palladino? Ambassador Palladino. I truly appreciate you following me around to join the investigation. Who is this guy? Ambassadors? Is he Babelese? What kind of a voice do I give this guy? Okay, hang on. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Francisca. Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct. Already? What is it? Ambassador Palladino. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate, what the heck? I just saw a blue screen. What happened? What? What just happened? What just happened? Huh? Hold on, are we okay? Hold on. Are we... What happened? What just happened? I saw a blue screen, but then it immediately flashed back, and so I got scared. Are we okay? Are we back? Are we... Okay, it looks fine to me. That was weird. Okay. Anyways, I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant. Assistant? Miles, what the heck do you think you're... Please, I implore you, Ambassador Palladino. Very well, I'm counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What did you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, Detective? If I don't become Francisca's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation. There you go again, running off the mouse with that aloof expression in your face. Francisca, please. I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but I at least know that at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. Damn. Back to her fancy whip. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you should you have a brain lapse. Of course, I'll keep that in mind. If you're done playing games... Right, let's begin the investigation. First investigation of the final case. By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the bout... Again? Gumshoe, you? Oh no. I was placed on guard duty for the Babylese embassy today. And why are our police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the con they got from the Yatagarasu. They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years, it was more or less a mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to completely outperform your guard duty yet again. Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even instant noodles anymore. Okay, so it looks like our first guy's dead and not letting me back here. I bet there's some really important information back here. Okay, so let's start from right to left. I got so many voices I need to remember now. It looks like there was once a magnificent grandfather clock, but it's fallen victim to the fire. Wait, I think that was Edgeworth. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir? If they are unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but... Well, there's this one clock that I made by myself, but the timer on it manages two. That's quite enough, Detective. Okay. These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia. It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babylese embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir? Perhaps the Babylese are studying American culture and our tourism industry? If they have plans to make the Babylese tourism industry truly flourish, then they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose. Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babel, I can trade them for a few buffets. Oh, so how did you expect to travel to Babel? Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babel if I have to. Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things? Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on the display rack, sir. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles got burnt off by the fire.
Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire.
Ambassador Palladino, are these knives yours?
Why, yes, they are. And they are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the native national symbol of Babel. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babylese ones have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release of the tang of this blade. Ambassador Palladino, what is this notch here for? Oh, that. It's a feature of the knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them. So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course.
I see, so the knives were constructed so the handles could easily be removed. Okay. Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it is a symbol of the Republic of Babel. Okay. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. No, a drawing on this wall of the embassy definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. You may want to, Detective. However, I've yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. What is this? The ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling. Ceiling fan? Well, what does one of those do? Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one ceiling. Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept. Detective Gumshoe, in the real world, we close our eyes when we sleep. But the statue... Okay.
Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
Hold it!
But there's a possibility that it's related to the murder, wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the primitive statues Kay was talking about earlier.
Is it just me, or does this man look like the Steel Samurai? Could they be twins? Primiduck statue. Jotted down by the organizer. Only Ambassador and Secretariat can touch. What's in the safe? A small personal safe. This was that's his name, Cochin. This was Mr. Cochin's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents here. Of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without a key. We need to find a key then, huh? So what do we have here? That's some fireplace. You know, it really gives this place a mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Oh, if these are a staple in the Babylese houses, then I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit too. Just how old are you, detective? Okay, hang on, let's talk. Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point. I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Commerce. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near this site, you got it? If I let you examine this site, my superior would get really angry with me. You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't you just do what he says? Yes, I suppose we may have to. So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it? Manny Cochin. I hear that he was an admirable person, very admirable. The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back. We were very fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle. So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire? What in the world happened inside this room? Oh, the knife is there too, I just now noticed. Body wasn't badly burned. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. So we've got, as far as I can tell, it looks like... Is this knife the murder weapon? Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. Oh shoot! I forgot to change that, didn't I? Welcome in, Ryuki. I forgot to change that, didn't I? Shit. Oh, oops. This is why I need people to like call me out for this stuff regularly. Hold on. I absolutely forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Thank you for reminding me. I changed it just now. God, I feel so stupid. I showed up late and I didn't even get it right. God damn it. But thank you for hopping in and helping me get that clarified. That would have looked so goofy on my on my Twitch page. Thank you for that. How are you doing though, Ryuki? How you been? I know that I missed out on streaming yesterday, but I had some Mother's Day things that I ended up having to take care of after I made my tweet, so I decided to go ahead and move it to today after I got all of my other things taken care of, which is why that we're doing it now. A lot later than I would have normally liked to have done it, but I couldn't miss it. I absolutely just could not miss playing through any Ace Attorney within a week. I would hate to miss it at any point in time. So that's why we're here today, and that's why we're here now. The blade's shape was found to be consistent with the stab wound. I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing's practically screams artsy at me, too. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy. But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe that it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. Okay. Ain't that something? It's a knife wound. It's obvious that he was killed with what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. Indeed. Oh, that was Sheena, okay. This man. Where do I know him from? Oh, okay. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. It's actually just jutting out. There appears to be something in his pocket. This key? It can't be. Isn't this the Yatagarasu key that was stolen 7 years ago? What? But that's... Huh? 7 years ago? You mean the case where I was framed, sir? Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. which was then stolen by Callisto U. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife. Oh! Scruffy, at the very least try to remember the details of the crime that you were a suspect in. Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu had made her escape. Plus, even among the law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. Oh, I feel like the victim right now. All trampled on, sir. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Ooh, where is it? Press the button. Is it also bloody? Oh, okay. Oh, no, it's not! So he had the key, but... Okay, I was under the impression that maybe it was this knife that stabbed him, but no, we're just gonna go full blow and show it. Oh, wow, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. Yatagarasu stole this from the embassy 7 years ago. It also is a knife. I knew it. It has the same design as not Babel, I forgot what it was called. Alabala? I forgot what it is. I knew it. It's the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yes, it looks like the two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vine, sir? It looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police marks on our IDs. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement. The real question is, why was the Babylese Embassy's secretariat holding this? Well, we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key. We do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Cadopian Embassy. That's right. Mr. Faraday had it written down that fact in his organizer. I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Cadopia. Why don't you ask the Ambassador Paleno about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Cadopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. Okay, so it looks like we've got some things to investigate. Nonetheless, I want to make sure that I don't miss out on anything that could be potentially... Okay, looks like we've got everything so far from this. Got the ceiling fan. Kay's back there struggling. Okay, so I can talk to at least a few more people. Hang on there, Kay. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Palladino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. I ask that you cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well. Oh, damn, okay, he's got an actual face then. You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating. Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh, no, these are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babel. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babel. Now I remember. The Republic of Babel is known for its feverish tourism industry. Okay, well, let's talk about Manny some, shall we? Oops, all coupons? Apparently so. Apparently that's how they sell their country, through coupons. Very interesting way to promote their tourism, but hey, I guess it works. They got Gumshoe willing to go ahead and swim across the ocean and make it to their country. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased Manny Cochin. He was my secretary, in the embassy secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything: accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh, yes! Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG-8 incident. The KG-8 incident? The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny. So you're Mr. Cochin. So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee the emissary's renovations. It really is a shame, but he had such a bright future ahead of him. Uh-huh. What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors in our emissary think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the emissary is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person that could have helped us do our best is no longer with us. I don't mean to point fingers. He seems a little bit sus. He's very sweaty. He's very, like, hands-off about things. The way that he speaks about things, it's a little bit weird, IMO. Ambassador Palladino, I was wondering if I may ask you about Cadopia. Cadopia? All right. What would you like to ask about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this. That's not all about this key. Right? That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh, how fascinating! Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know the existence of this key? In its knife form, there is a flower mark at the base of this blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Cadopia.
Hold it!
Huh? And how did you come to that conclusion? It has both the Cadopian's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here as the embassy back when we were still in Cadopia. Or when we were still Cadopia. Okay, well at least he's knowledgeable, but the way that he presents himself sometimes I find it kind of off. Ambassador Palladino, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Oh, really? You were not aware that Mr. Yu had broken into this emissary at the time. I'm sorry, I can't be much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see? I only became the ambassador after Babel became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Cochin and Mr. Yu knew each other 7 years ago, but that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. Is there anything more that I can learn from this? Oh dear, if people were to find out that the murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet as would our revenues. It'd be a disaster. What are we going to do? He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up. Ambassador Palladino, I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. I think that you would know more about the case than I. So let me make it up to you for not knowing anything about that with these coupons. Thank you, however, I feel I must decline. Okay, so that's not going to tell me much then, huh? But it wasn't badly burned by the fire. This statue resembles the hero, the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would they say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue? It just might attract a few more tourists to our country if it did, right? I'm not sure what to think. I thought that thing was a national treasure. Okay, interesting. Oh dear. Okay. Doesn't seem like I'm gonna get much out of this. Oh, I forgot. This isn't like the Ace Attorney. I can't present profiles. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to start making some connections, I think. See if we can make some leaps in our logic. Motif on the knife with a handle. Okay, let's try to at least get this one done. The design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles a special Babbly species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus, it says right here, this knife is property of the Republic of Babel. Perhaps this means that this knife used to be used in this crime was found right in this room. Okay. Ooh, I didn't even realize that. The safe and the key might be connected. Okay, it's simple so far. I know it's about to get more convoluted and complicated as we go on, but this is working out so far pretty smoothly. We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps this is the key to the personal safe in his office.
Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out. Ka-chunk? Ooh, it appears I was correct. The key that was left to us by the victim's in the victim's pocket. It literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. Huh? What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think that the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, Detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't rest until I've inspected every single suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, I guess the only thing suspicious here... What is this here? It looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before. Detective, I think that you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to this safe is that... It has a crack. Yeah? Even just by eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way that this paper is stuck on the back of the safe, I'd say that there's an extra bit of space behind the back wall of this safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment. What? I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in the site. Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me than this on this safe. Oh? Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. Is the safe in the locks? Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer. This looks about right. 2 holes on the top, or I guess we can make an assumption that there's 2 holes on the bottom. Looks like such a serious safe, but there's not a scrap of paper inside. Oh, that's gumshoe, which reminds me, the safe is in your office is just empty, huh, Mr. Edgewood? It's merely a coincidence that both safes are empty, Detective. What could it be? I don't think there's anything coincidental about that, Detective. Is it there? What could it be? I had to do something here. Well, what could it be? What's the other interesting thing here that Edgeworth could be working off of? Am I supposed to do something? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence that I hold? Is there something here? With any of the evidence that I hold? I don't even know if I have all the evidence that I need. Because this looks like the spot for the key. Is it this? No, it can't be. I don't think it is. What could it be? Because it unfurls this way. We've got the 2 dots on the bottom. Hold on. So, assuming these... Hold on. Do I have all the evidence that I need? I might, but... This one's kind of stomping me. What could it be? There's a bloody knife. There's a lot of skill detailing on this handle. It appears that the handle of this knife is removable. I guess so people can change them whenever they feel like. Sounds like fun, sir. I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, Detective. Looks like that's all that we can gather for now as well, besides, well, I guess the more obvious. So this is what Mr. Cochin's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade. Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already. I've seen a lot of weapons in my day. Hang on a minute. Okay, I thought I saw something, but I'm wrong. Okay, or at least I don't think I see what I need. Not on the knife, at least. But knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear. Yes, unlike guns, this is one weapon where you're likely to find the victim's blood on it. Yeah, just like how this one's practically drenched with it, huh, sir? Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow. Strange, that one. And then, the Yatagarasu key... Is there a way so that the knife ends up opening something. I'm gonna open it up again this way and turn it into a key. Turns into a butterfly. And with it, we were able to corner Miss Yu. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time? The butterfly key. The flower knife. Oh, wait, can I not? It's not that far-fetched to think that the end of this key was meant to be a butterfly. Oh, okay. Well, at least Edgeworth also thinks the same. Can I turn it back into... Okay, it does not look like that is the case. And of course, you stole this from the embassy. It is also a knife. It is also a knife. So looking at this, is it safe to assume that this also... Oh, okay, I was right. Okay. Doesn't the shape of the keyhole remind you of something, Francisca? The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it is simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more. Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure that this safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think that someone like that would allow the keyhole to be to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment to the safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it. Ooh? The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this has better be a bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment to the safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of that key. Ooh? Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Kochin's safe in Codopia, in the Codopian embassy. We confirmed that fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head-on, what do we see? What are you talking about? Ah! It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head-on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the key. Oh, I did not even make that connection. I was like, okay, what if it's 2 keys, but one side just so happens to be a knife? Okay, I didn't make that connection, but I guess I made my... It's like I did the wrong... I did the wrong... What is it? The wrong math equation to get... But somehow still got the right answer. Sweet. The real function of this knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of this safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a knife that was used... because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was also meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance. Then, it's even possible that what I've seen searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open the safe. Yes, sir. Opening it now, sir. What the fuck? We have papers of Dragon Mount Fuji? And... what is that? Like a golden leopard? Cheetah? These items, it's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art. What the? You're in the way. Move, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art. They're identical to the ones that have been stolen by various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures in this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. These are pieces of art stolen from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one. Eat! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hand. Why, do you have any idea what would happen if one of you were to break? Is it just me or did she hit me on... Or did she just hit... Is it just me or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? Okay, so that just leaves then. This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at the first before we give up, Detective? Okay, we see his name, but I can't read the rest of it. Is that supposed to be like monetary, like a monetary graph? Mr. Kuchin's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. And we're missing one. Because we got 1 of 3 and 3 of 3, but not 2 of 3. I guess that's it. Huh? There's something I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. It appears that we found the key that was the Yatagarasu, misused so 7 years ago. Since it was originally from the embassy, maybe she came back to return it? Oh no, it was Scumshoe. I don't think she's the type to be so kind as to do such a thing, Detective. Okay. Then what do you think, sir? Callisto Yu. For what reason did she steal the key? To build this sort of trick into one's safe is really something. Yeah, it's neat how this safe has 2 compartments, but what's really impressive is that the other side of the key was another key. I hadn't totally noticed. I wonder if Mr. Kochin was just paranoid or if he had secrets of great value. Speaking of paranoid, I once sharpened both ends of my pencil, but then, when we went to erase something, I got all paranoid I was going to stab myself. Please refrain from dispensing your special brand of unrelated stories while on duty. Yes, sir. It's not like I have any new evidence either. What did I gain from this? Or is there something still that's not being shown or showcased? Can I look at each individual piece? Oh. Okay, no. It looks like Francesca does not let him go with that. So what do we learn from this? I see a lot. Okay, I've got everything from there, but I haven't gained much else at all. So what can I still seek to gain from any or all of this? I don't even have any evidence that I could go ahead and try to facts and logic my way out of. My Zechuas, what is it? Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate, and if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect. With a giddy glint in her eyes. I don't think that will really be necessary, Francesca. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me. I thought Francesca was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling cases. So then why is she here at this embassy? Ooh! Okay, a piece of evidence. I was investigating at the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess. Oh, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at the embassy as well. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of the case and came over to the Babalese embassy. Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh? I see you've met. Well, he is in the Alabastian embassy acting as a bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being here. Is it the Yatagarasu? So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl, I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu? Kay would never harm a soul, sir. Kay? You remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. So she's that feisty little girl. Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life. I see. Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all. How so? The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we have is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs. It's a breach of contract, and it's going on the rap sheet. If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight. I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu really is the Yatagarasu. Okay. Oh, okay. There's still something worth presenting here, maybe. Would you mind not pointing that in my direction? It's dangerous.
And anyway, why are you showing it to me? I have no particular reason. Oh shit! If you have no reason, don't you bring that dangerous object near me. You understand? Is she really that oblivious to the irony in his statement? She lets loose that dangerous whip of hers, no reason at all the time. Would you mind that? Oh. Okay. Ah! Okay. It appears that he died of a stab wound. Ah, whoever did this had a lot of nerve. I just can't fathom what would have led the killer to turn a knife against a man. And I just can't fathom what the prosecutor lashing out with a whip is thinking. Miss Von Carmel, what do you think of this piece of evidence? Well, since you answer nicely as my subordinate, I'll answer you. However, as your superior, I must also make sure that my subordinate grow on the job. Therefore, please gather your own thoughts together first, and then try presenting that again. A simple I don't have any thoughts about it would have sufficed. Okay. Okay. What about your prosecutor's badge? I have one too, you know. Ah, yes, so you do. But seeing as I'm not currently a proper prosecutor, I thought I'd give presenting it a try. Is that any way of you to act towards your superior? As if threatening a whipping is a proper way to lecturing someone. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's actually anything I can currently present to Francesca. But it says that I can still speak with her, which means that I must still make some sort of a... something I can still... Either something I can still gather, or something I can still present. Let's see if these two things connect in the way that I'm currently thinking. Looks like that's the case. To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret that Yatagarasu is out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret? Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence. In that case, then, the person that I'm looking for is here in the Babalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I might just need to ask Francisca about her smuggling cases in more depth. So, looks like we might have found what we need to talk to her about. Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose that's the reason why you're here is related to that. Yes. After analyzing the intel that we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off. Oh! They've got the second one! This accounting document. It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Catopia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabast and Babel is ahead. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing the case with all she has. You don't say. Eureka! Take a good look at these documents, Francisca. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Right, I think Francesca said that. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity documents that you possess. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Well, it certainly looks that way. By putting together our multi-part puzzle, we seem to have arrived at an answer, and it seems that you have found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the massive smuggling of Babalese ink. Babalese ink? Babalese ink is a special product of the Republic of Babel. However, due to the special reason, only a limited volume of it is ever exported. And that reason is, that's classified. It's only a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin. His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and for his to interfere, making it an ideal condition under which to run a smuggling operation. But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was in to rain judgment upon my whip of justice. Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Francesca, you must know that Manny Kojin was the suspect in the KG8 incident. Of course I know, on top of being the head of the smuggling ring. There is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved. Ah, okay, investigation complete. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be? Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu, K. Faraday. You're under arrest for the murder of Manny Kochin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here. And he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime. Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Ooh, face off. Sheena! Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body. Oh. Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think that she's the Yatagarasu? Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Ah, look how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu. Very well, then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Manny Kochin. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. Damn, okay. From the top. Okay.
Hold it!
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed the murder eluded us. Of course I chased after Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl. Ugh. In any case, this is what I believed happened tonight.
Hold it!
The confusion caused by the fire. Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire? A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Yeah. In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way that he randomly appears. A phantom?
Hold it!
So we have potentially two suspects, our arsonist and the Yatagarasu, and they're not one and the same? Just because she calls herself that is not proof that she's the killer. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secrets. Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Kochin for the key. I see. Oop, hang on. Got my leg stuck. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might be the opening I need. Appears to point to Mr. Kochin.
Hold it!
Okay, hold on. Before we start pointing fingers, so you're claiming that Kay knew that the foreign country's embassy had such documents? As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret, which means that the goal tonight was to steal the smuggling activity documents. You have it all wrong. It was the fake that sent the card. Your words are meaningless. If you truly are innocent, then let's see some proof. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this. Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh? You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the facts that I've already outlined. Okay. I really don't think that that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default. No, but if you saw the self-reported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself?
Yeah. Even so, I'd still listen to what the person had to say before I passed judgment.
Huh, are you talking about yourself and those times when you were under suspicion?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience. I personally know the feeling really well, sir.
And given my situation, I know exactly what it's like too. I'm fine with never experiencing it ever. Are you done with your little group conference?
So Agent Sheena suspects Kei of murder simply because Kei is the Yatagarasu. But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to the murder, then I may be able to reason with her. Oh shit. Steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. Blade, same as wound.
Objection!
Okay. Wasn't sure, but it was the only thing I had going for me. Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that the securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. Ooh. She sweats with a smile on her face. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cochin had the key on him.
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can't think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Need, reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing. After the fact, it's entirely possible that she had accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. But the fact remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kei who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her behind bars.
Damn.
The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon. Okay, hang on. That is still right. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is part of a special 3-piece set which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument.
Ugh, that is your definitive evidence?
You see now that she's definitely the killer, right? No, Mr. Edwards, you've got to believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear!
And you came in here because you were chasing the suspicious person?
That's right, I ran into the office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was all pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream. And when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon. I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came to this room before me... You continue to insist that there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? That... I don't know, but I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuse of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gah, she has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that there are that they are with some solid evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't...
Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry. I can, and I will.
What do we have? Blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The evidence and testimony at all points to the girl is no counter-argument.
Okay, from the top. Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We've confirmed the shape of the Babyliss blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics teams with your own.
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear, I hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead.
That has been my intention all along. Now let us return to your testimony. You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
I was also on search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard that girl screaming coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there, motionless, with a knife in her hands. But I already told you, I only came in here because I was after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw come into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights and then...
You found out that it was the murder weapon at the... Oh, shit.
How many times do I have to tell you we can't trust the words of a suspect?
The only thing that you'll accept as evidence, isn't it? What? Is it auto... Oh, why the fuck is autoplay on?
Why did that turn on? Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any kind of evidence that can prove me innocent?
I think I do, because there is one piece of evidence I find a bit interesting. I think I need to be carefully examine that piece of evidence again. Which the killer was holding. He was burned. Okay, I'm gonna have to examine something again.
Hold it!
Hold on, I need to hear this all again. Kay was after the Yatagarasu, the fake, allegedly. I think I do, because there's this one piece of evidence I find a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again.
Hold it!
I ask that you please refrain from speculation.
It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There's no room for debate.
Ugh! Miles Edgeworth knows that an ungraceful lust will not be tolerated, my subordinate. Now rebut her hypothesis with factual logic. Otherwise, what was your investigation for? Yes, you are correct, thank you. Heh, helping a subordinate out with advice. Whoa! You were almost on cue, right on cue for that.
Helping a subordinate out with advice is the job of any good superior.
She seems to be rather enjoying herself, but she's correct nonetheless. Agent Sheena, please continue with your testimony. You're almost right on top of the next... Hold it.
Hold it!
There's a lot of holding to be had, though. About the three-piece set, is there really no other like it?
Let's ask Ambassador Palladino for more details, shall we?
The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Babel, engraved on them. And because there are only 3 of them in the world, they are very, very valuable. The national symbol, huh? Well, the knives are covered in butterfly designs. Along with the Alabastian set, our respective countries have only... Oh, that's probably no. Along with the Alabastian set, our respective countries have only 3 knives each. I see.
Are you satisfied now? If so, let's continue.
Okay, so the second one... No, I believe there is still room for debate, and I'll thank you for not deciding that for me. I didn't decide anything for you. I'm merely looking at the reality the way it is. Are you sure you're not just viewing the facts through rose-colored glasses? She's put on her black shades. Mr. Edgeworth, I think she's mad at you. Perhaps, but our definitions of reality are a tad different. Are the two of you done chatting? Agent Sheena's proof is the Babalese knife that Kay was allegedly holding. Yeah, so, how are you gonna prove that Kay didn't do it, sir? If Agent Sheena wants to suspect Kay merely because Kay was the only one here, then I must show with evidence that Kay couldn't have committed the murder. But, do you have any such evidence, sir? Yes, there's one piece of evidence that seems very unnatural to me, and I believe it is my duty to point that out to Agent Sheena. Is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. Covered in victim's blood. Blade. Same as wound. Something here is inconsistent. I'm almost half tempted to go ahead and just press the key again because I feel... But the key... It can't be. There's no blood. There's no nothing. But something here is inconsistent. What could it be? Is it the knife? The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. What does it say here? Cause of death, single stab to the base of the neck. The body wasn't badly burnt by the fire. What could it possibly be? Two-country shared building with a border. This possessed finely crafted knives. A set of 3 finely crafted knives. The kingdoms of Alabas still produce a very luxurious Cadopian paper. Babalese ink, generous offer. Something here does not add up. Hold on, let me look at the knives again. Oh, fuck. Okay, there's no detail I can see from the ones in the back. So what can I see from the ones here? Is there something... The butterfly handle. Covered in victim's blood. Blade, same as wound. I'm almost half tempted to say that the blade might be different. What could it be? National treasure, only ambassador and secretariat can touch. It's probably the only other thing that I could probably go ahead and present, that being the knife, but if it's not the knife, then what could it be? The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. Something about this is off. If the killer was holding it... Could I present this picture? Why did they move it back over here? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take a jump in logic and go with this one. Ah, shit. Okay, nope. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. By your silence, I assume that you agree with my conclusion. No, I just don't have any worthy response. In any case, I have some documents I need to attend to. Ugh. I guess she feels that she was no need to counter my argument. Hold on. Let me make sure that this is the right one. Okay, I thought it was weird that maybe the knife was placed back by him? If supposedly it was by K, but no, I guess that's not really a point of contention then, huh? Anything you'll accept as evidence? I think I do, because there's one piece of evidence I find a bit interesting. Carefully examine that piece of evidence again. Could it be the knife then itself? Let me try that. Okay, so I guess it's the knife. So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade. And yet, there's not a speck of blood. Aha! On the handle! That's right! For some... Ooh, excuse me. God, I had a burp. Yeah, for some reason, there was no blood on the handle. How come the knives on the wall had no handle? Exactly. I was wondering about that, and I wasn't sure about it just yet. I was trying to piece apart which ones would be the weirdest bits. That completely kind of just like flew over my head for a bit, but I had a feeling I just wasn't drawing the right conclusion. This signifies that at the same time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding. It had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. It wasn't the real murder weapon? This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? Ooh, get a load of that. As you can see, the Babyliss knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. Wait, is that a flower? The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out from the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with the butterfly one. It was to create the illusion that Mr. Kochin was killed with a butterfly-themed knife. Oh, what the fuck? This should clear up any and all suspicion surrounding Kay. Aha. Your argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Hold it!
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she have to do such a thing? I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put it past any of them to matter how odd it may seem. Heh. The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not, and could not have been Mr. Kochin's killer. It's right here. What is this mark? What is this mark on here? It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what it means. No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this.
Take that!
The embassies. You can't be serious. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from an Alabast ornamental knife. This part of the knife handle has Babel's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babyliss in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena? After the fire had broken out. That's right. Kay entered the Babyliss embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the 2 countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Whoop! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What a great victory. Hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy that we got this far and clear Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next. What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babel? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's the way a great thief operates. Okay. Well, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. Not really, but... come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Huh? Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there's still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one that started the fire. Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof. Miss Sheena? Yes. I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said.
I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some impostor to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it as best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope that you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Shino. Let me share something with you, too, as a token of my appreciation. Are you gonna kick her in the butt? Those sunglasses totally... Damn, Kay, what the fuck? Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? What? Well, I guess we better get going. Going? To where? To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from. We'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Oh, she has an animation for that? Oh, I guess we never really did get to see her whip animation in full motion before, huh? Let's go, Malzajoas. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. Damn, and we just ditched Sheena for that? Oh, the first to be continued! Damn it. Okay, put a save on it. Bing, 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 bing. Alright, the first to be continued has been pronounced. March 14th, 7:44 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis. Huh? Oh shit! Lang's here. Okay, hold on. I gotta remember my voice. Hold on. I'm getting up. I'm gonna make sure. I gotta remember not to mess this up. What was Lang's voice again? I gotta get back into character. Okay, hold on. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Let me. I gotta see what he says first, and I'll try to see if I can put it into words. Count off. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1. Shifu, 99 callouts. So all 99 members are most likely here for and accounted for, sir. Okay, hold on. He was definitely a little bit grit. He had some grit to it. It was a little bit lower pace. Hey, you. Yeah, you. The second number one from my right. Sir, yes, sir. Here, a birthday present for you. What? Shifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have. Shifu, you are more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. Oh. Lang Ji says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother. Oh, damn! Wait, no way. Hold on. If he gets this right, that's crazy. This present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Tell him I said hi, and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir! Shifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. Holy crap, what? I should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Uh-oh. Dismissed! Sir! I have a feeling he's not going to have some kind words to go ahead and spare me. Yo, were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Sheena and she's already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to go get in my way again. I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian embassy. Huh. And what if I say no? Agent Lang, this man... Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry, Francesca. I was so caught up in the moment of two men passionately speaking to one another that I tried to turn you into one as well. Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador here, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but this is not that simple. Alabast has the strictest immigration regulations in the world, or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, only about half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen and we might spoil the soup, if you get what I mean. How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way. But I thought I was in charge of Alabast, Miss Von Karma. Grr. Look, try to understand, okay? Things over in Alabast are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you. We had an incident in Alabasta as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already. Hmm?
Is there a problem here? Holding? Who is this? He kind of looks like, shoot, I just forgot his name. But the other ambassador guy. But old. And wrinkly.
Is there a problem here, Agent Lang?
Who's this?
Not really. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in.
Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation.
Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in this kind of a situation.
What kind of a voice do I give this guy? I feel like I'm talking like the judge again.
It is all because I lack the strength to govern well.
Please, it is not thing of the sort, Ambassador.
You wickling
What the fuck? Curcus?
You wickling Kyrkus! Curse your fragility and inability to affect change in your country!
What are you?
The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And if it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang.
There, you see? Oh, no way. Oh, everyone's holding it all around the... Whoa, okay, this is what I was saying.
Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please reconsider letting them into Alabast. What's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in a Babalese emissary. And he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings, completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but I hope that they can cover your travel expenses to Babel someday.
Alright, I get it. Even if you beg Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. Alright, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in. Not so fast, little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Babel murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babel. Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. I'm assuming that's what it's like blowing a raspberry, like... Gumshoe, you too! No, you're the... Oh, okay, I guess. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
So I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is?
Oh, that's right.
I didn't introduce the two of you yet. Francisca von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady! You may address me as Miss von Karma. Miss von Karma, I leave the investigation of Alabast in your hands. Thanks, rest assured I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Yatagarasu.
The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Francisca a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. And I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Palaino. That's what it is. Ambassador Palaino.
It's Ambassador Palaino and Ambassador Alba? Okay, I'll try to bring them into memory, but I'm very bad with remembering and names.
I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Palaino for all that he's allowed me to do. All he's done for me.
Okay, so it doesn't look like we have much to be able to go ahead and gather over there. I'm gonna take a sippy of water. I'm actually kind of thirsty, so 1 second, chat. Alright, back to it. What do we learn?
Detective Gumshoe, I'm counting on you to keep Kay safe.
Yes, sir. You leave everything to me, sir. And don't worry, I'll take good care of Gummy for you. We'll go investigate into Babel's side of things together. Right, Kay? That's right, Gummy.
All they're missing is the last stooge.
Ambassador Palaino, I am in your debt.
No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid.
I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice.
I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You've really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but know that I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly.
More coupons? No, that's quite all right.
Oh, well, how about this then?
Oh, some ink! And what exactly is this?
It's fountain pen ink, known as Balahi's ink. It's made exclusively in Babel.
So, this is Babbly's ink.
We make it from wit crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip from your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I'll gladly accept your gracious gift.
Interesting, okay.
Great, wonderful. I guarantee that you will be writing with our ink in an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation.
Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Alright, Francisco, there's a little bit more I need to ask of you. You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There's no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe that you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled items I was following. You mean the Babbly's ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Babbly's ink to begin with? That's classified info. Francisca, as your subordinate, I'm part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Shangfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babbel's special Babbly's ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babbly's ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babel. Limited in export because of its use in counterfeiting. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Cochin was smuggling large amounts of Babbly's ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items at the Babbly's embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Made with Babbly's ink, they are in circulation to Shangfa. Well, shall we get going? What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're going to gather whatever info we can in the Babbly's side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you too. Right, and I'm counting on you and Miss Von Karma to sniff out any clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edward, if you happen to come across my phony, you let them know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush over straight away, no matter where you are. Hope you're ready for this part. Oh god. What does this part mean? What is about to happen? I'll let you know when the time comes. Ryuki, you're scaring me. What the hell's about to happen? Okay, well, the Steel Samurai... Is that the cost... Wait, hold on. Wait, is that Mask to Mask? Wait, what happened in here? Is that still the person in the Steel Samurai costume, or is that the costume itself just standing here as a means of... What? Gwah! What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? Oh my god, his neck! His head! Yo! It's Larry! Wait, oh my god, we haven't seen Larry the whole game! It's Larry! Oh, it's Larry! I haven't seen... Oh, I didn't know we would see... Oh, that's... Oh, that's great! Oh, I didn't think we'd see Larry at all! It completely, like, slipped my mind. I didn't think we would see so many characters from, like, the old Ace Attorney... Or, like, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney games. Oh, Larry's here! Wait, he's the Steel Samurai now? Larry job hops like crazy, dude. He was a security guard. He made hot dogs. Larry's been all over the place, man. He's been hustling. Okay, hold on. I think I remember what my Larry voice was. Hold on. I need it.
Gee, oh, thank heavens you're here.
Oh, shit. I dropped my controller.
Thank heavens you're here. I had a really, really big pickle, your lordship. The raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared. Swoosh! And though I am the Steel Samurai, my sword, it... Oh, I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore.
Who is this fruit? Oh, well, Francisca, you can't say that. In the year of our Lord 2025? Who is this fruitcake? I'm Larry of the House of Butts, married man of Neo Tokyo, milady. Now I remember. This person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Hey, what's that? What's with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind and you act like it's no big deal? What sort of a bind are we talking about here?
The suspect kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a...
Oh, Larry's a suspect too? Of course he is. Larry's always a suspect. How could I forget? I see. That is quite the bind. Not that we're in the least be surprised. Yes, I'm pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. Larry! Oh, it's so nice to see him again. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T.
Hey, what's with that? What kind of an attraction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find that your tiny number of friends will go down by one.
That was uncalled for. Besides, Wait, hold on. Larry? It was you? You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph?
Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through the headpiece.
What's going on? And why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, sorry, am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Oh, wow, what a group we've established here for this, huh? Aha, so this is the incident that you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into the embassy. Mas de Mas 2? Mas de Mas 2? Or the second? What? Mas de Mask 2. Whoa. They're moving forward a lot of things I wasn't ready to move forward. Edgeworth's childhood dreams just shattered thanks to Larry? Absolutely, dude. That's so funny to me, dude. I can't believe that Larry was the one in the suit, and then Edgeworth, giddy as a child, got a Steel Samurai autograph and was actually smiling about it and was like so proud of it. Poor guy. Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter where the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing.
Shifu, we've identified the victim.
Good work. I'll take that report now. Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang... Oh, Bad's here too! Oh my god, we're actually getting the cast together! Like the entire... Oh, I'm so glad he's still alive and around, dude. This guy kicks ass. He's so awesome. Okay, hold on. I think I remember his voice. His voice was actually surprisingly easy for me to pull up. It was because it was so deep and gruff. Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Yes, of course. You let the detective see the file. You're Detective Bad. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, Detective. You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop.
in case a card was ever found. What incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well. And his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I am in your debt, Detective Bad.
Ooh, that's so cool. I love this so much.
About the murder of Master Mask 2, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at the crime scenes. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damask 2, he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his life while he was forced to fight someone in this room. And they suspect Larry. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reason you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here in the Alabastian embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed up. Ooh, so that's when this happened. But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats, for the guests who had been called to sit in them, were empty. A no-show? Who was it that failed to take the seat? The Steel Samurai. Up until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at the time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down and a chimney. That chimney leads directly into his room.
Ugh. I'm gonna go under the suspicion that Larry locked himself out or didn't know how to get into his room, couldn't talk to anybody, or didn't know how to speak, or or maybe had trouble like speaking through the Steel Samurai costume or whatever, and then just decided, hey, the simplest way back into my room is through the chimney.
Larry Butts, you've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation.
Master Mask 2, dude. What the hell? That's a callback, dude. I did not expect there to be a call to Master Mask of all characters. Why the hell is there a second one, though? That's what I wonder about. Does this have anything to do with Ron and his wife? The delights? There are decorative plants here as well. This room is overflowing with nature. Humans used to live in the grandeur of nature once long ago. I believe I believe I'm not mistaken in thinking that those people truly love nature. This comes from this man who loves shows featuring costumes actors.
She just had to go there again, didn't she?
There was the exact same statue sitting in the... Wait, was this the exact same statue sitting in the Babylese office as, office we examined? It's the primitive statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cadolpia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabast and Babel claim to have the real thing.
What an incredibly childish fight to have.
Okay, I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, the knives, I think, are one thing. It was almost the exact same wall mount in the knives of the Babylese side. But I can't see any of the detail from this distance. Okay, I guess it's something worth looking into. The important thing is that Ron isn't a victim, which is for the best. Honestly, I agree. I'm glad that Ron is no longer being held to be held accountable for being a thief before when he was blackmailed, and that he's still no longer a part of that. And so some other bum, I'm going to assume they're a bum, God forbid there's somebody else that I know. I would hate to find out that somebody else that I knew or enjoyed from either any of the past games is now Master Mask 2. The fact that there is a second one, dude. What the hell? It's a primitive statue. There was one of these in the Babylese side as well. Even it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Cadopia.
There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabast and Babel claim to have the real thing, but won't budge from their claim. What an incredibly childish thing to have a fight over. I'm trying to make sure I don't go over, that I go over every single detail that I can. The counterpart to the Babelese butterfly is the Alabastian flower. The butterfly and the flower, they're both lovely things. We can interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Babel? Oh, I think that was Francisco saying that. Francisco, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Very well, then let's hear what sort of profound comment you could come up with. Ahem. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that the flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Von Karma? Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue with the investigation. Francisco, why can't you just admit I had something there? Childish thing to fight over, he says. So for now, I can't really find anything about that, but... Oh, I can go on this side! The two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the passion of... Wait, for the passion of Christ? Really? As they say, you learn something new every day. Wait, what? That's evidence? Why is that evidence? I mean, I guess. He seems to be pretty in touch with nature, at least. He's got like a little bird's nest in these passion flowers. I wanted to investigate a little bit more. It looked like there was some stuff going on there. It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. Okay, so nothing unusual about it. What do we have here? The person shaking hands with the steel samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. Is there something weird about... Wait! Wait a minute! Hold on, is the statue turned? Assuming that this is from the same angle, why is it turned differently? Because there's the knives in the back, there's the flower. The statues look in a different way. The person shaking hands with the steel samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. The steel samurai must be very popular. They're even using the national treasure as a backdrop. I just don't understand what exactly is so great about the top knots there. Clearly, there is a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of this show and the costume actors? Okay, I think I might have found something very interesting regarding that. This must be the Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of something important. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, it doesn't look like the important works to me. Okay, well I guess he was keeping a log on... Okay, so assuming that these rooms have similar layout, because they look very similar in like almost every fashion, sense of the way. There was a grandfather clock just like this earlier in the Babelese embassy. You know, symmetry is a fine thing, but their interior designs really suffers for it. Really? I think this clock quite fits the core of the room quite well. I suppose the wood does suit the all-natural atmosphere of this room. Its design and the material it's made of strikes a good balance with the plants.
Hey, you two! Now's not the time to be talking about interior decorating, you know. Hurry up and save me!
Be quiet. This is the part of my elite investigation. All you need to do is be quiet and watch.
Actually, I do believe Larry has a point for once.
What is that plant supposed to be?
Francisca, can't you see it's supposed to be in the likeness of Ambassador Alba?
Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month.
You are deluding yourself as if you have any control over that. There are some weapons on display on the wall. Crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts to the Babelese knives, which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blades that were used to kill Mr. Cochin. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, thankfully we've got plenty to go ahead and discuss. What is that? Oh, I think... Okay, so I can look at it from here. I didn't know that.
crossbow. Did they change the samurai spear? It looks different.
It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the samurai spear.
Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny, just like my heart. It comes to you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam.
You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite a symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the straight point into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced that the spear is up to the task.
What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine.
Did I say anything about wanting one? Maybe I can shut him up if I show him this piece of evidence. That will point something out about this spear.
Ah.
Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this?
I wonder I wonder why there are no whips on display here.
Knives adorned with flowers on display here. I suspect that one of these are the counterparts to the Babalese knives. The blades of these knives should match the blade of the knife that killed Mr. Cochin.
What? One of the knives is missing its blade.
Let's see if the two pieces of the blade and handle fit each other.
It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly.
Then this means that the Alabastian knife did find its way into Babel. But how? Interesting. So, is that a piece of evidence now? Blade's definitely Alabastian. Was this carried across country lines? We've got some very interesting looking pieces of evidence here. And we can't look at the... okay. I can spot absolutely no difference between this Primduck statue and Babel's.
Statue's face is a bit more like a costumed hero, just like that costumed hero you like so very much. And we wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face.
The statue wasn't made by an American. At least I don't suppose so. Okay, well at the very least, something that I kind of want to deduce, but I don't know if I can at the moment. No, it does not seem like that is the case. I suppose I have no choice then. I'll just have to explain it to you from the beginning.
Okay. Fuck, I didn't want to take damage for that, but there's still something here worth investigating, I think, and that's probably the knives. However, let's make sure that we get through everything. Counterpart to the Babalese butterfly is the Alabastian flower. A butterfly and the flowers are both lovely things, but we can interpret this to mean that the Alabastian provide... Oh, okay. So we're going through this whole conversation again, but out here. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen, and butterflies cannot live without the nectar the flowers provided. So I guess we can finally go over to see what the hell Master Mask 2 is on about. Okay. Larry, you got anything interesting?
Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about.
Hey, how about that? I've got a few things I've got to ask you, too.
What is it?
It's like, both you and him. How is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? And Franzi, what about that promise you made to me?
Promise? What promise?
The one where you said that you would model for my next book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. Yo!
I made no such promise. Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the butts. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Laurice Donim now?
That's...
Well, oh shit. I guess... Fuck, I don't even know what's the difference.
That's Dunim. Laurice Dunim.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Now I remember. You're that rude pale imitation of a real artist.
No, you've got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Laurice business. Besides, when Banjo... What the fuck is her name? When Bangelina left me and my heart in pieces, that's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. And I figured I could go through the Steel Samurai outfit.
Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet.
I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as a steel samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the pink princess.
You got it. I knew that you'd know what I meant, Edgy.
Not really. It's not so much as I understand, or understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight.
Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too!
Nonsense. I didn't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we're talking about you here, so I found it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience has taught me that you are and always at the center of some insane event.
Edgy, how could you be so mean? Stabbing me with your words like that?
Unfortunately, I don't have time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know.
Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from whipping me from behind. So, I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy?
I can't even begin to imagine, however. I imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So will you tell me exactly what you did, Larry?
Nope, not yet, Edgy. It'll take a bit more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more.
Confess now.
Ooh. Okay, well, I was up on the roof.
And why exactly were you up there?
Oh, you know, that wintry custom and the legendary hero.
Legendary? Hero?
Santa Claus.
Santa?
Santa Claus.
Santa? Claus?
I wanted to do that thing that he does, so I climbed up on one of the chimneys. But when I got there, there was smoke pouring out of the chimney.
So the chimney was in use. So the... What? Oh. And?
Well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up.
Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right?
Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know.
Then you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history.
Aw, crud.
It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as a prime suspect in this murder.
Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa?
Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours. Santa only visits homes on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit.
No. Hey, wait a sec. We're not in court.
Okay, so I think there's stuff I need to present to Larry before I continue.
You did some investigating over the Babalese embassy too, huh?
I did. Is there a problem?
Lang Shi says a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once. I believe the idiom you require is he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. Heh, a real wolf can catch both.
I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I'm currently handling 2 cases?
Heh, suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay, so that was all he had to say, and I guess I can talk to the men in black too. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be a necessity in our Shifu's investigation.
Is that a fact?
But no matter how good he is bound to overlook something.
If you insult our Shifu, then prepare to be punished.
Oh, and how exactly would you punish us?
Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation.
Vindictive much? Huh? Oh, okay. I can talk to him. Wait, who can I... Wait, what? There's something here I can still investigate? There was a... Is it this? What? Is it the fan? What was I looking at here that had a thing over it? Okay, well, I guess we'll look at the... So this is the victim, Damask 2.
What is with this gaudy outfit?
You don't know about Master Mask? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace.
So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu?
I thought they were for a while because their MO and targets were different. Damask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy with his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damask.
That's alright. All I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway.
Huh. You haven't changed a bit, I see.
In any case, let's get started here, shall we? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. So what the hell even killed him? I guess we'll start with the obvious here. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear that directions on how he reached this room were written by hand. Is there something on the back of this as well? I'd like you to steal the primitive statue in the room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like this? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the primitive statue? Okay, I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. There's Master Mask themselves. I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Master Mask used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it for now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever he was out to steal. Interesting. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in the mask costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he made into he must have put into making it. But you two don't know? You can buy this costume almost anywhere. It's being sold? Since when? Since around New Year's, the streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out, the mask is more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in foolish clothing to act foolishly. We get your point about the foolish is back, Francisco. I thought that the mask had quit the business.
This guy, he's just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of
Kashino?
Kashino. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask too.
The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of the head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. Can I look at that or inspect it a little bit more? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So this is the murder weapon in this case. It says blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's the Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that turns into a real fight. You sure know quite a lot about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw it on the stage show earlier. The owner of the sword is a Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is proving his innocence. Okay. So it looks like I've got what I need to talk to Larry about. And I talked to Bat already, so at the very least... Larry, what the fuck is this? Larry, about the samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon. Oh, that? Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know. Yes, apparently you did. And, well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I left afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I was almost shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Shocked! Foolish looking, especially foolish for foolish stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who could believe such a tale? Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Edgy, believe me. I just knew that our friendship is something special. Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means that I'll have to prove his innocence from a different angle. So... Hey, that's an official Steel Samurai weapon. What? You want me to do it? Oh, you have no idea how many fans asked that of me. What are you prattling on about? Steel Samurai Sushi Slash! How's that? I bet I sent shivers up your spine. I let myself get caught up in being a spectator. How could I fail myself? Ah, okay. Okay, hold on. Larry probably does not know anything about this then, huh? Oh, in that case, allow me to help you see my form into you all eternity. Eek! Oh, whippity whip. Trip? Oh. Now this is a trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if we can finally get some peace here. Oh wait, the Steel Samurai! I want you to answer this for me, Larry, and depending on your answer, I may let you live. The Steel Samurai was up there on the stage. Was that really you? Yep, sure was. Larry! You? Steel Samurai Sushi Slash! I was moved by the performance of this man.
This completely useless, worthless bum? I fear I may never recover from this. Oh, Edgeworth.
Passion flowers. Okay, if anything... Can I talk to Bad? Okay, let's see if we can present some things. I'm wondering if you might be able to tell me something about this.
Sorry, but I don't give a hoot about things that aren't related to the Yatagarasu.
Hey, it looks like nothing about you has changed in these 7 years, huh?
Huh. Daughter of Von Karma, you're still just a sapling of a prosecutor, so...
I'd have you know I have already grown into a stately tree of a prosecutor.
Is that right?
Is he just toying with Francesca? Seems to be enjoying this quite a bit.
So, he clutched this note as he went about his business. He was a poor excuse for a criminal. On top of which, he was only following in someone else's footsteps. What a small fry. I've been a detective for a long time. I can see straight through these people.
He really has a different air about him. Now, if only Gumshoe could understand that, he could be more like Detective Bad. Okay. Now, I want to make sure I go through everything and I talk to everyone about each individual little thing. Okay, doesn't look like he knows much about the flowers either. And I doubt Larry will tell me anything about them. So, we do have some things about the Yatagarasu we can go ahead and speak to him about. Detective Bad, if you could please take a look at this for me.
I see. The truth that lies beyond this piece of evidence is not going to be fun. Are you ready to take it on?
Of course I am.
I don't know how close to the truth you are, but there are only a few things I can say, so listen up and listen well. Don't ever lose your detective spirit.
That would be a good piece of advice if I was a detective. Oh, okay. Same thing. For the 2 pieces of evidence. Okay, no, he doesn't care about this for now because I can't prove anything, I'm assuming. I wonder if you might take a look at these, Detective Bad.
Yeah, I heard. Coachin's dead. What a waste.
He's staring at his mirror with his eyes unfocused and his jaw clenched tight. Detective Bad, this is something you should absolutely need to see.
What is that doing here? I've been looking for that for 7 long years. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that this turn of events. Without a doubt, it means that she is involved. That you, woman.
Okay, no, he doesn't care about this.
What a waste.
Okay, anything here? Okay, no. Doesn't give me much more to speak off of that. And I think that covers it for Larry, which means that I need to start making connections then. Oh, no! Unless? Oh. Okay, no, I'm missing something still. Oh, wait, no, didn't I do this earlier? I think I did do this earlier. I don't know why. What could it mean? So there's something I need to present to Larry, potentially? Okay, I need to find something. Something... It's gotta be through Larry, then. No, I doubt he would know anything about some of this stuff. There was something else I think I could investigate here? I need to be... Oh god, this part... Okay, I think I kind of get what you were talking about here, Ryuki. This part seems a little bit confusing. There's something I'm still missing.
I wouldn't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Did I already deduce everything that I can from here? Because there's two things I can deduce from, and that's this place, and that's this place, it looks like. I've already talked about this. I've gathered this. I've even gotten stuff from Master Mask. And I've talked to everybody, which means I either need to get... I need to figure out... There's two things I need. I either need to get something from the statue still. Is there something here with the statue that I can go ahead and inspect? This one has a flower on it. This one also has a flower on it. Is there some sort of key difference here that I may be missing? What could it be? And then there's stuff with the knives still. This is proving to be quite difficult. Is there something I can still inspect with the samurai spear? What can I deduce? I don't have much that I can go ahead and use my logic to go ahead and fix. Was this carried across country lines? I think I already deduced it. Swapped with the real murder weapon's handle. Its blade has yet to be found. Its blade has yet to be found. That's true. Could I deduce that the blade of one of these here was killed Master Mask? Left from the primitive statues where the map was. Taken in front of Alba's statue before murder. It looks like it's faced differently. Ah, this is very strange. Vine supported stakes at its still growing. The blade has yet to be found. So, okay, let me think about this rationally. What could we potentially still use that in this room that I could use as a means to talk about something? I don't think the Yatagarasu key could be used. Maybe the Alabastian knife still, since we know that the knife has some connection to being over here as opposed to the Babelese. Alabastian knife. Maybe the statue. The blade, or the knife handle. The other statue. The picture and the knife. And this, later on, I think will be used as either a piece of evidence, because I can't imagine what I could go ahead and slap this onto. 5th floor, Ambassador's office. Alabast primitive statue. Its blade has yet to be found. Have a set of 3 knives each. Also, the knives here are flowers on their handles. The 2 countries unveiled their knives with such a national guest. Just like the Yatagarasu's keys, they are quizzically made. The level of craftsmanship for these knives is worthy of being owned by me. If you already have the dangerous toys you'll ever need, Francesca. So what could I work off of here? I wonder. There's a lot of profiles I have to work off of. Oh, this is our Master Mask too. Kashino. Okay, well, unfortunately, our poor guy's dead. Palaino. Okay, I'm rightfully stumped here. I need to gather evidence from one of 2 and potentially 3 things. Can I still... I've already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. I don't think I can make any deductions off of here just yet either. Or at least not off of the Master Mask stuff. So it's something either that has to do with the statue, but I have yet to go ahead and prove that, which means that it might be something with the knives still. Or what? It's the only other thing I can imagine, because there's stuff with the statue I want to go ahead and get figured out or talk about, but I can't. So I'm going to go with... Oh, whoops. Hold on, I didn't...
could it be? Blade was definitely Alabastian. Was it carried across country lines? I think I investigated this earlier and I checked and I saw that the knife does fit into the handle and we got that. But what else could I gather from this? Could I check to see if one of these has the blade still? Or am I not going to be able to find that? Okay, no, that doesn't seem to be it either. God damn it. Okay, so what though? What could there's still something I think that can be deduced here, and I think I've gotten all the pieces of evidence. And I already looked at the statue, but what? What can I look at here? What can we deduce? There's a missing blade, there's a missing knife. The logic isn't quite coming to me just yet. I can deduce what exactly? I tried looking at the picture earlier because I know that it's turned, but that hasn't come up at all. And as far as I'm aware, what am I? Okay, hold on. My investigation's still not complete because there's a few things that just aren't adding up. The plants. Nothing back here. And as far as I can tell, nothing with the Master Mask as well. And I don't think I'm going to get anything more from Detective Bad. I'm pretty sure I showed him every single little detail that I could for now. Just had to make sure. Okay. Does not look like Detective Bad has much more to go ahead and tell me about. Weapon that's used on stage is thought to be what killed Master Mask 2. Okay, I was wondering if I could go ahead and examine it. Can I look at it in further detail? No, it does not let me. Yeah, nothing there. What could it be? I got a few ideas. I'm just worried because we're starting to... Oops. Oh, what did I click on? We're starting to get to a point where I feel like... Okay. It's either the knife or the statues. Those are the... What the heck? Oh, what is this? A screw? Where did this come from? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out where that came from because that's a little bit concerning. But for now, it would seem that I have to figure out where this information best lies towards. Bapley's ink. I don't think this tells me anything for now. I know that Manny's name is on one of them. I think the second page, but it doesn't tell me anything. It's also a knife, and I'm aware of this, and I know that it has what significance? The handle on this knife was made to be removable. We could have tried to make this look like a Bapley's knife by switching the two handles, which means that there must be some reason behind that action. There's quite a bit of Mr. Kojin's blood on this blade. Thanks to it being prosecutor, I've been able to accustom to seeing blood. So there has to be a reason why they wanted to go ahead and hide this blade to look like the rest. I'll try one more thing. I'll try the knife, and then I'll see if I can try the statue again. What could it be? What could it be? Because it's the only things I can think of. Swap to the real murder weapon handle. I think I tried this one already. I'm taking a lot of health for this. And I'm pretty sure that we already did try and see that the blades... God damn it, this is so confusing. I want to try the statue again, high key, but I don't think that will be the case. So I've tried talking to Larry, and I'm pretty sure I showed him everything I possibly could. I'm pretty sure I've shown him everything I can for now. At least of the things that I have. So what could it be? Either I just like barely missed out on something, or There's a detail that I'm not quite getting, and it's really annoying. I won't rest until I've inspected every single suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What do I have that could potentially show me something? I'm curious. I'm gonna try something. It's probably gonna be really stupid.
Oh! Wait, it's not stupid! It's not! Oh my god, I thought I was going insane!
Larry, about the spear.
Oh, you feeling it?
Bam! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me, or is this spear a bit bent?
What? No way, it's exactly as it should be, yo!
I have here an autograph that you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at what you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape.
Oh!
What do you have to say to that?
I'm sorry! When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then, during practice, I was spinning it around and around. And bam! I hit it in the wall.
You unbelievable! This is an embassy!
But I always been like that, ever since I was a kid. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless hot-blooded man.
Larry, clarify that for me, will you?
Okay, so it was some field trip and I began a shadow fight with myself.
Not that. I meant that what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall.
Oh, that? It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything.
That's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend.
Man, Ninja, you're so naive.
Where did that come from?
Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it, because it's hollow on the inside. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend.
Is that so?
Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. It's just think of it as, I just think that part of your personality is cute.
I see, our friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth.
Ugh, that's not friendship, it's utter humiliation.
Okay, we got something. Weapon that's used on stage. Larry hit it against the wall and it bent. It's hollow. Okay, well, what can I do with this now? Can I present it to Larry now? And be like, Larry, what the fuck?
Hey, it's the official samurai spear. What, you want me to do it? Ooh, you have no idea how many fans asked me for that.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, okay, then don't get me... I now have the spear. And I think I've got what I wanted from the blades too, maybe? Which leaves me to want to speculate what's up with the statue. Well, what could it be? Okay. Oh my god, dude, no. No. Okay, apparently I was mistaken. Damn it. But it's not. So forget for whose sake I'm suffering. I hope you're considering that. Okay, so I tried it being this one. That's not the case. And I used the autograph already. And I got the spear. What can I learn from this? I tried the picture earlier. I'm half tempted to try it again. Okay, I thought I did this earlier, but I guess I was wrong. Look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. That apparent joy of the ambassador's face as he shakes the top-knot's hat? That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in this photo is facing a different way. You're right. This statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched the statue around the time of... Oh, it's proof that someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. Signs it was moved during murder. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, we got somewhere. I guess it was about wraps up my investigation. That's... Oh! Oh, so this is Mindy. Or this is allegedly the Mindy that Larry was looking into. Yo, Pink Princess, how you feeling? Still feeling ill? And yet another strange character comes out as a woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastian emissary a visit. I believe I made it to speak with her as well. And you are? Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you would please... Why is Old Bag back? That was not who I was ready to see underneath that. But I guess it makes sense now that I heard earlier that those women were talking about her hip cracking. Me? Here. This must be what they call fate. Why is Wendy Old Bag? Oh god, Larry, don't tell me you misunderstood her name for being Windy and Mindy. This must be what they call fate. How could this happen 2 days in a row? What? Aren't you Miss Old Bag? Why are you so surprised? As you're the one they get to play the steel. Oh, so you're the one they get to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You're an acquaintance with Larry? Why, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my Urgy-poo, you don't need to be jealous. No. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get some beauty sleep, but it was so noisy here I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock whenever I saw you, my precious Edgy-poo, waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I misjudged you, Edgy-poo. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know? That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to have chased after me. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy-poo. I'll chase you forever to the ends of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Francesca and I actually seem eye to eye. Why? Now then, what are you doing here? I thought that you were working at Gatewaterland as a pink badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up on this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly that they called me in to be last-minute replacement. Did they not have enough people on staff at the studio? I couldn't really say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Okay, so there is a Mindy, they just happen to got Windy to go ahead and take care of it. Instead of that Minty girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she is going to have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, that's not exactly great reading to stand in the second page, and the most important, I threw the ragdoll and started shirking, and the audience was an uproar, but as I haven't turned it up, I gotta tell you, and a bunch of simpletons. You're a rather lively old lady. So basically, you received the standard request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here, look. It appears that she is telling the truth. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I can imagine who this is. The bad handwriting. I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your lovely night. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck to my door in my room. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. God, I think I'm losing my voice.
How absolutely revolting! I mean, you'd think he could get my name right. There's no accent on my name.
Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before?
But now that you're here, Edgy-poo, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You'd bust down that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
Oh, come on, Edgy Poo, stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
Uh-huh. What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What?
After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands, so I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm.
Oh, so Larry... Oh.
Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
If you could please not cling to my personage.
In any case, I take it that you failed to show up at the Ambassador Alba's space? Oh, that? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have had the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hip started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit the thought of her not being able to leave the room is rather pleasant. Oh! Prosecutor Von Karma, I brought the police dog as you requested, sir.
Good work. You may leave now, officer.
Is this Rocket? Wait, is this Rocket? Or what's his name? Missile? Rocket? Something like that. This dog.
I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatagarasu.
Bow. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too.
Bow bow.
It is! I think it is! Hold on! Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy.
That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of.
I think its name is Missile.
It is Missile! Oh my god, even Missile gets a callback?
Oh, that's adorable. I love that.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front of attacks.
That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve this case for us, you know?
Now, Missile, if I want you to find some clues, go. Bow.
Oh? Something in the fireplace? What is this?
Good dog, you really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog? Okay.
Ah, no, bad Missile.
He ate it.
I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that.
It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's quite a bit of information you gathered there at a single glance.
We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place.
It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found.
Oh, and what do we have here? Oh, I mean, and what do we have here?
It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing.
I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog in a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, that lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. Suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of the said undershirt about it. Okay, well, we're getting... If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt.
Oh, Edgy Poo, what is the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like.
Ugh, thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene.
What?
Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here?
I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you.
What?
Okay, I'll admit it that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy Poo.
Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room?
Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. I'm always at the tabloid article, the camera missing, the lawyer tells me the missing speaking person, my husband. Can you believe when we got married? He said, I guess I'm stuck marrying you. Proposes that? Is that supposed to be whips that deserved you and helping? Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days.
Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So can I safely assume that she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break? And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one? Yeah, how did it get here? I assume the samurai dog was also yours.
Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues, but I suppose I should ask for more details. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy boo.
If you could please just stick to what I asked you.
Edgy, are you Miss Oldbag?
No!
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
A present? The studio bigwigs actually told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into a pushcart and just move them around. The studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instruction? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me in my question. Aren't you gonna stick up for me?
About that, see, after the show, I went to rest and spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were, the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor.
I suppose you had to make... oh god, I'm getting so caught up in all the different voices, it's tripping me up.
I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're all for kids' show, the taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to have a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my Jipu? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers.
Okay, Larry, we've got a couple questions to go over. Larry, I wonder if you might know what this is.
Nope, not a clue.
You didn't even look at it.
Nah, that's because the only thing I can see right now is the form of my lovely Francie.
Oh, in that case... Oh, wait, what? Really? He didn't even... What? Okay, I guess Larry's just not gonna admit to the fact that he... Okay, so then... What are we missing here? Or what is something we can still talk about? Missile, what do you know?
He was a much bigger head than I thought he would be.
Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found.
In that case, you should keep on investigating until you understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation.
Alright, I will. It is with great dread that I proceed and do what I must do to solve the case. Okay, so then can I ask about the dogs?
This thing really showed me not to underestimate the taste of snacks meant for kids.
Was it really that tasty?
Don't tell me you haven't had one yet. In that case, I'll just have to feed you one. Now open wide, here comes the hot dog trade.
No, that's perfectly alright. I'm currently on the job right now.
So this person will be descending to me from above tonight, Oh, Wedgie Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me.
If you could please not cling to my personage.
Beautiful people have it so hard. All it took was for me to be up in that stage for a little while, a stalker is born.
Actually, the whole time while you were up there on the stage, you were in costume. Therefore, no one should have recognized you or what you looked like underneath.
But there is that thing, you know, that I say people can identify you by your aura. So even without seeing my face, my stalker could see the beauty within me. So you see, that's how I charm the pants off men.
Charm you? Preposterous.
Ah, what a strange twist of events. Because they needed to stand in, I was able to become a heroine just like that.
I assume that the actual reason was because you were called in was due to lack of personnel.
Well, there's that too. But no matter what you say, it's obvious that I have presence. I bet that's how I caught the eye of the director. I ask you, is being beautiful really such a crime?
I suspect even the director is lamenting the lack of personnel from the depth of his heart. Sorry, I had to sneeze. A present? No, obviously, I can't simply give you a piece of evidence. What a bother. Is there anything else that I can give her, potentially? Okay, hold on. Let me see if... Can I piece things to out? I've got more pieces of evidence. There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Ahem. Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry, this was a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something on that roof? There is a testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the same time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? I see, so what you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney, is what you are implying. Okay. Interesting. Precisely. Oh, wait, no, I don't think those connect at all. Oh, they do. Oh, shit, I did that by accident. Oops. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ugh. Why are you getting all excited over holding onto that lady's undergarments? My was you uncouth sea slug. If you know the owner of said undershirts, then bring it up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. And this lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that this is somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There's an X on the back of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, the fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighbor's room. Is it a neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room, but the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. True that. We now know that the fireplace connects to two rooms, but how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as Master 2 Scares now, do you? No, she couldn't move all that well because of a stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damask 2's murder. Oh, investigation complete. Thank God. Oh my goodness. Whew. It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well. If you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. What time is it? It's getting kind of late here, so I think that now is probably a good enough spot to go ahead and save for now, and I'll try to go ahead and keep in mind of all this stuff for the near future. But I don't think that this is going to be the best place to go ahead and... I don't think it's in my right position to go ahead and continue. I've got to go to work in a couple hours, so we're going to go ahead and call it here, actually. This has been quite an interesting case that we've gotten so far, but we're managing to pull through, and I think we're still very much within the very beginning of it still. I don't imagine that we've gotten very far with what it is that we know, so I'd say that we go ahead and just leave it here, and we continue on with it next week at a bit more of a reasonable hour, and we can go ahead and try to get a bit more taken care of. So, with that, we are all ready and good to go. If anyone is here just for stream, then this will probably be your cue to want to go ahead and leave. I am wrapping up. I will do my little song and dance, and then we'll go ahead and just finish off today's stream. So, with that, thank you
once more to everybody who managed to catch today's stream as it was happening live. Thank you to anybody who's watching this VOD or video later on. It looks like we've still got a lot to go ahead and take care of. So with that, I think that we have a lot to look forward to as the rest of this case unfolds. If you're interested in anything that you may have seen here today, I do recommend that you go ahead and follow me on any of my social medias posted above. Twitter's probably going to be the best place to go ahead and follow if you are interested in keeping up with anything that I happen to be doing or posting at any given point in time. I also do have a YouTube channel where I do post and keep all of my current Twitch VODs posted and archived. So if you want to check out any of my older content, or if you want to go ahead and relive certain instances and moments that may have happened or that you were a part of, that will all be making its way onto YouTube eventually. I also do have a TikTok where, for the time being, I do have an editor who works on edited short form clips. So if that's much more your style as opposed to the longer VOD videos that I have on YouTube, then be sure to go ahead and check those out. With that, I think we are all ready to go ahead and finish up tonight. I need to get ready to go ahead and sleep and finish up what I need to go ahead and take care of for the rest of this week. So with that, make sure that you guys are all taking care of yourselves. You're staying hydrated, you're staying safe, getting enough rest, and that you are eating enough as well. I will see you guys all again tomorrow. We will be going ahead and streaming some Marvel Rivals for tomorrow. I'll be posting the schedule after this stream, so just keep an eye out for whenever I post that on Twitter. But until next time, I will see you guys all later. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care, be good, and I will see you guys next time.